Hey Divine Ones, this is Minister Ashley, and welcome to the new series, The Wisdom of Women in the Bible. So I'm going to start off with someone that may have a lot of controversy surrounding her name, Jezebel. So the Queen Jezebel is a topic that has been misconstrued throughout history, and I wanted to dive deep into this topic. So you can go check out the blog post that is associated with her, and that is on our website, located in the link in the bio, or if you're watching this on any other platform, it will be listed down below. My personal experience with the archetype of Jezebel growing up in the church is that Jezebel was a harlot, that she was a promiscuous woman. She was also a very evil person, and she was just very unruly and rebellious. And some of this may be true, but I'm going to get into a little bit more detail about the facts surrounding her. Now, by no means am I saying that Jezebel is completely innocent. As we all know, that all of us have our guilty aspects or not so good and favorable dark side, as well as our angelic side, the meaning of her name. So Jezebel is a name derived from the Phoenician root, meaning either where is the prince or either not exalted. I want to stick to the facts of the Bible. The Bible mentions that she is wicked, but however, there is no evidence of historically or either biblically or even in the mention of the Quran that she was a harlot or that she was unfaithful. She actually was married for like 22 years and she had 3 children by King Ahab with her father and with the Israelite people to sort of kind of keep the peace. So when she came there, she worshiped in the temple of Baal as well as the Goddess Ashera. And we have also briefly touched on Ashera. She already came with her own religion. She was a religious person. She stuck to her religion and she was faithful to her husband. And with that faithfulness, that when her husband was not able to obtain the land that he wanted because of another person that owned the land, she took the matters in her own hand. Now, I have 3 different examples of people in the Bible, men that have done something along the lines that wasn't favorable, that was pretty much wicked and evil, but is pretty much overlooked. So one key example is King David. He's seen Bathsheba, which I will do another video about that in the future. He's seen Bathsheba and he lusted after her. And basically, long story short, he had her husband killed to cover up a transgression. Now, that was out of lust and it has snowballed. With her, it's a little different. It's connected to her religion and she did it for her husband. So it wasn't necessarily for selfish reasons. The other examples you can go check out on the blog post. So one thing that another people like to associate Jezebel with is makeup. Now, it is like a small sentence in the Bible mentioning her makeup, as well as in the Quran, but it's not really highlighted. They make reference to her painted eyes and her hair. People have taken that and ran with it and say that women, especially modern women, where we may wear makeup, that we are Jezebels. Now, we have to take in mind that in certain cultures, and even in the Israelite culture and some throughout history, people would paint their faces, not just as a form of protection from the sun and the elements, but as well as connection to their ancestors or their deities. So this is no different in this situation where she may have had her face painted. Fast forward throughout colonialism, throughout history, where people would use examples of people that may have their face painted or they may dress differently as a way to demonize them so they can have justification for their discrimination and even some of their unfair treatment of people. We can even see this fast forward to present day, where people are still discriminated because of their appearance. Another note is that when she knew that she was going to die, that she painted her face. And some would say that is an example of pitting vanity over anything else, or people are so consumed with beauty. Some other cultures, some customs are when a person is about to pass or they have passed on, that their face is painted as well as they're dressed a certain way. So this could have just been her preparing herself for death, for the crossover. Now, getting to the modern woman and the Jezebel. So in modern culture, they associate the Jezebel with the rebellious woman. Okay. So yes, Jezebel is associated with rebellion. Was not for rebellion, many people would still be in bondage, including some men. If they did not rebel, they would still be enslaved in some form or fashion. Did the Israelites not rebel? But really, all of us have some form of that rebellious spirit within us. So with women's rights, this is something that has been highlighted, and where a lot of feminists and a lot of female activists have spoke against the Jezebel title. During slavery, the title Jezebel was placed on the black woman for those that were very voluptuous, for those that were used for sexual purposes. Fast forward to with the modern black woman, that this is in correlation to those that may be sexually promiscuous. In Hollywood, she is known as the female villain. In modern times, the Jezebel title has been embraced by some feminines as being a rebellious, free spirit that's allowed to express herself equally to a man. And I embrace that as well. Anyone that really wants equality would embrace being able to speak one's mind and be seen as an equal. So it has eliminated the negative stigmatism associated with Jezebel. And that is one of my purposes of this video, to eliminate that negative stigmatism surrounding a female archetype, especially when it's not legitimate. And really, of this entire series, there has been a lot of misconceptions around some powerful women in the Bible, such as Mary Magdalene, Ruth. There has been so many other figures that I will dive into, and I'm looking forward to that. So make sure that you do join me for this powerful series, and also check out the associated blog posts, because there's a lot more information that I could not cover in a video. All right, until next time, this is Minister Ashley. Peace, goddesses.